with someone named Leah Siegel, and I kind of was one of those annoying little creatures, like I was telling you earlier, because I've heard really good things about this girl. I hear, I don't know, but I've heard that you're pretty incredible, Leah Siegel. And as soon as I was bugging her, writing her, begging her. I really don't do that a lot, and I was with you to get you on my show because I just wanted you to come on. So talk to me, Leah. You're adorable. You are adorable.
Oh, stop it.
I love her hat.
I'm telling you, I've heard big things about you.
Thank you. Well,
that's what I hear.
Well, I did go all the way up to 139th Street.
Yes, that's right. See, she's clever and witty as well.
And
we like that.
That's far.
Ping pong, baby.
That's far.
Uh-huh. Yes. So are you a downtown girl?
I am a Brooklyn girl.
Oh, okay. Brooklyn in
which
the house.
also means downtown.
Were you always from Brooklyn?
No, although both of my parents were born in Brooklyn.
Okay, but then they ventured to the island of 212.
Correct.
And then you go back to 718 because all of us kids always go back to where we came from.
Actually, I went to 202. In fact, that's where I was born. I'll give you $5 if you know where that is.
I want to say Delaware or something.
Ouch.
202.
It's D.C. actually.
Oh, I lived in D.C. I should know that. But I was kind of Maryland.
Oh, right. Okay. So
yeah, I mean Route 1.
Mhm.
Silver Spring.
Well, I was born in D.C. and then
now I remember.
And then we were 703.
Oh, that's not
Arlington, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that too. I can't even remember. Was Maryland 305? What?
310.
Yeah, that's right. I usually am good with area codes. I usually am. I'm telling you, but I'm spacing out back. Yeah, I lived in Maryland, as they say.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I know. But a lot of those days are the days that I don't remember.
Right. Those are. I think it's probably best.
That was
way,
my big blur. Yes, my big blur phase of life. But this is for you. So do you go to DC? You have family down there or anything?
My parents are down there. Everyone else is up here in New York. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But I'm
talk about your music.
Oh, okay, sure. What can I say about that? Gosh, I'm just having the time of my life right now, I think.
So you play a lot?
I'm playing a lot, and I just I made a record here in New York at the Magic Shop, which is amazing and an amazing opportunity. And the producer is in Seattle, and it's getting mixed there. And there's been a lot of time has passed since actually tracking the thing. And
when did you start?
We started in playing music.
Yeah.
5.
Really?
When I was 5.
Like an instrument?
I started violin when I was 5.
Wow,
okay.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
And then what?
Yeah.
I don't know how impressive I actually was,
right.
but I did play for 6 years, and I was in orchestras and stuff like that.
Okay. And then what happened?
Then
where was that?
That was in DC. There was also some some European stuff. That was pre-5. Okay, so that was pre everything. That was pre-music. But then after violin, there was piano and saxophone, while I was also playing soccer. I was that kind of kid, you know. Or my parents were those kinds of parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they make you practice?
They made me practice violin, my mom, and she'll continue to take all the credit for for whatever musical success I have.
And so she should.
And she should. And she was absolutely. She was right. No, she was right about it because the truth is, I loved music. I hated practicing violin.
I know.
But
my kids get mad at me that I never forced them to practice.
Really? How interesting. Let it be a lesson to all of you.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I have to say that my mom was also musical, and she had an old guitar, and for some reason I was just I want to sing. I don't want to play the violin anymore.
She played violin, yeah.
And so so my mom taught me 3 songs on guitar.
But now they sit and strum the guitar.
What was the first song you ever learned?
First song I ever learned on guitar was this blues song that my mother taught me called Trouble on Mind, and I heard it for the first time ever after playing it and being obsessed with it. This was how I knew, or maybe I didn't know at the time, but I hated practicing violin. and I loved practicing guitar.
Right, that's how they are.
And I would like obsessively like over and over and over. Like I think I build like my like at least 5,000 hours of practice when I was 12 and 13 years old. You know what I mean? So, and it was just that one song, and I could hear when I wasn't getting it, and if I made a mistake, I would just start over. I was just very, very meticulous.
Do you have a learning disability by any chance?
Probably.
Because no, I don't mean it as I mean it as a positive thing, because no, but that is a characteristic of that
of an
determination.
autistic person.
No, not autistic, not at all.
Well,
just determined to get it, like without stopping, like just going. Well,
It's obsessed.
I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Passionate.
It's true.
Passionate.
Yeah,
Well,
passionate.
I can
Deep
tell
passion.
if you want
I think we
to.
all have them, actually. I mean, I think it's across the board. Just I think artists tend to go unnoticed having certain quirky
Well,
characteristics.
if you want to get really personal, I'll tell you that I have been diagnosed with several what are now considered autism spectrum disorders.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. My
But
gosh.
that's very like new. This is all very new.
See, but it all
Wow.
is. See, we all. That's what I'm saying. We all have those little frickin' bacterial, whatever the enzymes, and we all have them. It's like now it's acceptable.
Well, when you're a kid, when you're a teenager,
you don't understand why
you're a mess.
Exactly.
And my 20s were awful. I mean, I'm still in my 20s.
Right. It's a hard time. Speaking from experience.
It was the
trust
worst
me.
time. It was the worst
It's a
time
really
ever.
challenging time.
But then I think there as you just come to accept all that you're terrible at. You understand how it molded you towards the few things that you maybe are exceptional.
So what do you
at
write
or-
about?
Well, this record that I'm making now,